Hi, it's Charles again with an entry for the 10th of April 2014, and this is going to be a very quick entry because I'm pretty busy right now because I'm trying to help out at PAX, so I'm not getting that much sleep. So I'm trying to, make a very short one so that I can get more sleep and be ready, to wake up early. So pretty much this video is going to be about one of my weird little pet peeves slash obsessive tendencies. I really like when I have to do something, I usually do it or when I have to like buy something, I usually, or like eat or drink something, I prefer to do it in even increments with even numbers. So like if I have Tic Tacs and I have more than one, I won't have three, I'll have two or four or six. I think it's just a weird obsessive compulsive thing of mine where like if I buy, multiples of something, it will be in increments of two unless I get a better deal. So I would it feels better to me for some weird reason to get two or four or six or eight versus three or five or seven. It's just like for some reason even increments it's just something that I shoot for. It just makes me feel, I don't know why, but it makes me feel a little bit better. It's one of the founding symptoms of obsessive compulsiveness, and I think it's a little strange to just prefer even numbers. I mean, my favorite number, I believe, is 8. Sometimes it's 6, but most of the time it's 8. Um, yeah, I mean, I'm not really sure exactly why, but for some, like, it's just if I'm eating something like Tic Tacs or small candies and I have like 3, it'll just feel unfinished. Like if I can only eat 3, it'll just feel like I didn't finish eating, and then it'll be in like my mind like, dude, you need to have more candy. Like it's just weird, and it's just I mean, I know it's not founded in anything. Like, why is 3 so different than 4 or 2? It's just some like weird thing in my head that just doesn't click when I have an odd number. But once it slides over into an even number, it just, it feels more complete. And then I can just say like, oh, all right, now I'm done eating candy, or now I purchased the right amount of goods for, you know. But then if I'm forced to purchase it in an odd number, like it's like a 3 for $1 deal or something like that, where I have to purchase in odd increments, I'm able to do that. I don't force myself, to buy an even number because for some reason getting the deal makes it like okay in my head. It makes it like, all right, like we can bypass it this time because we're getting that special deal for the odd number. But on a normal occasion, you'd have to get an even number. And it's just really strange to me, and it's just I know that some other people, they have tendencies like that, and I know some people have it really bad, but those are people who really suffer from obsessive compulsiveness and who have to take medication. um, so I mean, if you ever watch me and you see me eating candy, you'll probably notice that I do eat it in even numbers. Like if I'm not paying attention to you watching me, you'll just notice that I count out like 2s and then 4. Even when I stick my hand in, like, and I grab a handful, almost like we just like divvy it out and then I'll eat it. You know, Even if it's just like I put 2 in my mouth at the same time, I can't put in 3. It feels better to me if I put it in an even amount. And it's kind of like crazy and weird, but it's just the way my mind works for some reason. There's just like this weird like click in it that makes me that like if I like I said, if I have the 3 or if I have the 5, there's just not like a click. It just like hangs there. And then once I go over, like I have that final piece to go over that even number, it's just like, oh, there it is. And then it's just like, now I can put the candy down because I'm done eating. And now, you know, I can put the Tic Tacs away or something like that. It's just, for some reason, even numbers just, they do it for me. I mean, not to use the, like a weird metaphor, you know, it's just, I mean, but if there's, you know, obviously one is a different case, you know, I don't have to buy two because, like, I mean, one drink, you know, so it's one or an even number. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to buy more than one, but if I am going to buy more than one, I will buy two or four, like I said, unless there's some kind of special deal. If it's up to me, it's going to be one or an even number. Um, but yeah, I mean, I can, for some reason, one is an odd number that I can accept, and that's okay in my head because one is, you know, it just means I need one of that item. But once I start hitting multiples, I have to do even numbers. Um, yeah, I mean, that's a pretty short video for tonight. But like I said, I'm very pushed for time. And I'm going to be very pushed for time these next few like days. But hopefully afterwards we'll get back to normal videos. And please be patient. And on a side note, I appreciate everybody that keeps watching. You know, I appreciate everybody that has a comment, that talks to me about anything. You know, it's just the whole reason I do this is kind of, it's a lot of it's for me because, you know, it helps me concentrate on something. It helps me push the stress of, you know, life and, you know, my recent problems to the side, and it just helps me focus on one thing. And it helps me, you know, it gives people something to talk to me about rather than just like, you know, how you doing? Which is, I mean, I appreciate that, but it's just, I mean, it gets kind of old when people are, how you doing? And I'm like, same as fucking ever. You know, I hate this Wilson shit. So, I mean, it kind of gives me something like, hey, you know, I saw that thing and you only like even numbers. I'm kind of like that too, you know, yada, yada, yada. It gives me something more to focus on other than, you know, just like fucking how much my life has changed in the past 6 months and how I can't do anything about it. You know, it's more just in my head than anything else. You know, I get fucking angry that I'm not the same person that I was, and that I feel like, you know, things have changed for the negative. And obviously, you know, people, oh, you know, you've got to bear your own burdens. You've got to fucking, you know, God gives you struggles or whatever for the more faithful people, but fucking, it just, it enables me to, you know, get outside myself for a little while. And that's one of the major reasons that I do it. But then again, I've been thinking about having guest videos or guest like talks. So, and I do that because I think it's good for me to hear other people's opinions rather than just fucking throw out my own. I mean, yes, my opinions change, but you know, I'd like to get like a guest video, and then maybe I'll make a video about like responding to that, and that maybe it'll help me, like, you know, think of other views other than my own, because I mean, at my age, most of my views are pretty set. I mean, there are some instances where I learn new facts and, like, you know, I change my mind about some shit. I mean, that's everybody's right. You know, nobody's automatically right with their current way of thinking 100% of the time, no matter how much they'd like to believe that they are. So, I mean, if you'd like to, you know, obviously, you know, talk, you know, you can get in contact with me and I'll try and arrange something. Or if you've, you know, created a video and you want me to post it, obviously I don't have many people who are actually watching my stuff right now, but, you know, I will take a look at it myself, and then I will try and, you know, post any kind of like a response to it, and just we'll see if, you know, we can have any fun and just fucking, you know, maybe have some kind of a debate going on where it's just a series, and we'll see what happens. Anyways, thanks for listening, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow night if I don't get, you know, too busy, but I'm shooting to keep up my one a night, even though they're going to be pretty short. But thanks. Take it easy.